So I just read out the problem 3. If f of x is equal to 1 minus x square mod x less than 1, 0 mod x greater than or equal to 1. Find the Fourier transform of f of x and hence evaluate the first condition integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x divided by x cube dx. The second condition was integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x by x cube into cos of x by 2. So this is the problem. So this is one of the very important problem in Fourier transformation, repeated many times in the annual examination. I just put a star mark for this problem. So this is a very important one. So keep it in your mind because this problem was repeated many times in the annual examination. So let us see how to solve. First, given okay. So the function here is f of x is equal to, it is 1 minus x square comma mod x less than 1, 0 mod x greater than or equal to. So this is the problem given. Now this is equal. See, already I said in the last class, right? So when you have a problem which contains mod x, the limit is mod x less than 1, mod x less than alpha, mod x greater than 8, something like this. Modulus of x is less than or greater than, okay, is equal to less than something or greater than something means you have to rewrite the function, right? So this is what we did in the last two problems. So I'll apply the same concept and I will rewrite this one as 1 minus x square, 1 minus x square. You know mod x less than 1, mod x less than 1 can be written as minus 1 less than x less than plus 1. Correct. So only in this range, mod x less than 1 is minus 1 to plus 1. The function is 1 minus x square. And you can observe that in all other limits, the value of the function was 0. Right. Simply says that x greater than or equal to 1. So this indicates that here the function exists only in this part. In all other cases, it is 0. So what I am going to do is, I'll write the function in this limit, minus 1 to plus 1. And in all other cases, I'll write 0, 0, otherwise. Correct. So I can rewrite a function like this. The given problem can be rewritten in this way. So this is what we did in the last class also. Once this is common procedure when we have mod x less than something or greater than something, etc. So once we return the function in this form, let us take the Fourier transformation formula. So we know that the Fourier transform of f of x, that is f of x, or it can also be written as f of u, f of equals, the formula is, it is integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, f of x e power I u x into dx. Correct? So this is the Fourier transformation formula. Now here you know that this is the infinite limit, minus infinity to plus infinity. So according to property of definite integral, if you split this, I can write this as minus infinity to the first point, minus 1, then minus 1 to plus 1, then 1 to infinity, like that. Using property of integral, you can split this, but even though if you split, the function exists only in the interval minus 1 to plus 1. So all other integral becomes 0 except in this limit, minus 1 to plus 1. So what I am going to do is, straight away I'll replace this infinite limit by the finite limit of the problem. I'll write this one as integral minus 1 to plus 1. Minus 1 to plus 1. And what is the function in minus 1 to plus 1? It is 1 minus x square. I substitute directly. 1 minus x square, this function, into e power I u x dx. Right? E power I u x into dx. The function was substituted. Right? So directly we have replaced this limit minus infinity to plus infinity by minus 1 to plus 1, and with this minus 1 to plus 1 the function is 1 minus x square that we have substituted into this term e power iux. Now if I integrate this right hand side, we get the Fourier transformation. But how to integrate this RHS? Right? See here, you have a product function 1 minus x square into e power iux. Right? So once you have a product, you can integrate this by using integration by parts or Bernoulli's rule. Correct? So here already I told in the last class, when you have a product function, I'm going to use the Bernoulli's rule to integrate this. Right? So let us apply Bernoulli's rule for this. Now while applying Bernoulli's rule of integration, so first you have to select u and v, first function and second function. So which is the first function and which is the second function here? See, according to Rayleigh principle, I for inverse, L for logarithmic, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, E for exponential. See, E exponential comes at the end. So this is an exponential function. So you should assume this as V according to Rayleigh. So I'll take this as V. So this is, so once you take this as V, the other one will be 2. So select UV like this and apply your Bernoulli's rule. So this implies therefore f of u equals Bernoulli's rule. What is the first term of Bernoulli's rule? It is u. U means 1 minus x square into v1. U I am writing as it is v1. V1 means integration of this term. So integration of e power. It is e power I u x divided by I into u. U v1 first term, second minus. So differentiate this term, integrate this term, second one will come. So differentiation of 1 minus x square. 1 is 0, x square is 2x. It is minus 2x. Integration of e power iux, second term. So it is e power I into ux divided by square, I square, u square, the square of this, I square, u square. Then this is minus. So start with plus. So differentiate this, integrate this, next term will come. Differentiation of minus 2x. It is minus 2. Integration of this e power iu. It is e power iu x. So this is x is this x. E power iu x by cube. So this is next term is I cube u cube. Right. So next time if you differentiate this term minus 2, it becomes 0. So till here you have to differentiate. U v1 minus, differentiate this, integrate this term will come. Differentiate this, integrate this term will come. And next term, since it is a constant, when you differentiate it becomes 0. So close the bracket, take a limit, minus 1 to plus 1. Right. So this is how we can integrate. Now after integration, so you have to substitute the limits 1 and minus 1. See, first let us substitute upper limit plus 1. See, if I substitute for this, what happens? See the first term. If I put x is equal to 1 here, so it becomes what? X is equal to 1. 1 square. 1 square is 1. 1 minus 1, 0. So if I substitute upper limit, this term becomes 0. So 0 into this entire term becomes 0 for upper value. Next, lower limit is minus 1. If I put x is equal to minus 1 in this, so it is minus 1 whole square, and again minus 1 whole square is plus 1. So 1 minus 1 again it will come. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So this entire term becomes 0. That means this first term, if I substitute upper limit or lower limit, its value becomes 0. So straight away I leave the term. Let us leave this because it becomes 0. So we substitute limit only for the remaining function. So therefore f of u equals, first let us put x is equal to 1 in this result. See, minus into this minus, it is plus 2, x is 1 here, so this x is 1, leave it, e power x is 1 here, so it becomes e power iu, e power I into u divided by denominator I square u square. Correct? Just put x is equal to 1 in this. Then this plus into minus, this term minus 2 minus 2. Put x is equal to 1 here, so it becomes e power iu into x is 1 by I cube u cube 2 e power I into u divided by I cube u cube. This is upper limit. Then minus, this is for upper limit. Then put minus 1 lower limit. If I put minus, see here, minus into minus plus, plus into x is minus 1. So it becomes minus 1 into 2, minus 2, minus 2, e power x is minus 1 means e power minus I into u divided by I square u square. Just I am putting x is equal to minus 1. Next here, plus into minus, minus 2. So put x is equal to minus 1 here. It becomes e power minus I into u, e power minus I into u divided by I cube u cube. Right? So this is by lower limit. Upper minus lower. Now let us simplify this. You know I square is minus 1. I substitute. I square is minus 1. I cube is, say I cube is, I square equals minus 1. I cube is nothing but minus I. So let us substitute and simplify. So therefore, f of u equals I square is minus 1 means it is minus 2 e power I into u by u square. So this is I cube. Now I cube is minus I. See minus I into this minus. It is plus 2 I into 2 e power 2 e power I into u divided by I e cube. Correct? So I'm just putting I cube is equal to minus I. Minus into this minus. Plus I will remain. And this is minus into minus plus. But since I square is there, I square is minus. So you can put I square is minus here. Minus minus gets cancelled. Minus gets cancelled. So I get minus this term. Minus. It is 2 e power minus I into u divided by u square. And last term I cube is minus I, minus into this minus plus into this minus 2 e power minus iu divided by this is I e cube. Right? So just use this I square is minus 1, I cube is minus y in this simply. Now check is the any term gets cancelled. No, nothing gets cancelled here, right? So let us simplify this. Here also minus 2 by u square, minus 2 by u square. I can take minus 2 by u square outside, common term from first term and from third term. Minus 2 by u square is common. So what is remaining? E power I into u plus e power minus iu first. And from second term, this term, and from last, I can take plus 2 by I u cube common, 2 by I into u cube common. So we get e power iu minus e power minus I. Right? Just take common factors, we get this. Now further, this is equal to minus 2 by u square into, see, this looks like e power I theta plus e power minus I theta. So we know that e power I theta plus e power minus I theta can be written as 2 cos theta. So this formula I have given in the first class only, e power I theta plus e power minus I theta can be written as 2 cos theta. Theta means u. Similarly, plus this is 2 by I u cube into e power I theta minus e power minus e theta can be written as 2I sin theta. Theta means u. Now in the second term, if you observe, this I gets cancelled. So finally I can write this as f of u equals, see this, this step straight away, right? So this is 2 to the 4, 4. See here, what I'm going to do is I'll take u cube as an LCM. So here, if I take u cube as an LCM, common term, see u cube divided by u square, u will remain, u into this term. It is 2 to the 4, sorry, minus 4. Minus 4u minus 4u cos u cos u plus 4 sin u. Correct? So this is 4 sin u. U cube is LCM here. This is u cube by u square means u will remain. Multiply that u to the first term. So it is minus 2 to the 4. Minus 4 u cos u. So this is our f of u. And this is the required Fourier transformation of a problem here. Right. So this is how we can find the Fourier transformation for this problem. So this is a common procedure. This is what we did in the last class. So I use the same procedure, but the problem integration and simplification may be lengthy compared to the previous two problems. But the procedure was common. This is how we can solve. Right. And after finding a Fourier transformation of this, you have to find two more things in this, the value of this one and this. So whenever you have a problem on Fourier transformation, and if they ask you to evaluate something, you have to use the inverse Fourier transform concept. We did in the previous first problem actually. So let us use the same thing and we find what is the value of this integral and this integral. Okay, later if you have any doubt, we'll discuss. Go to the next page. First. So first one. So I want to evaluate the value of to find, I'll write, to find integral 0 to infinity x cos x, this first term I'm writing, x cos x minus sin x divided by x cube into dx. To find integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x divided by x cube into dx. So this is what I want. Right. Now to find the value of this one, so as we know, we have to select inverse Fourier transformation formula, right? So we know that by inverse Fourier transform, I can write f of x equals. So f of x is equal to, so what is the inverse Fourier transform formula? 1 by 2 pi integral, it is minus infinity to plus infinity, f of u into e power minus iux into du. So this is the inverse Fourier transformation formula. So you know what is f of u, let us substitute. F of u we got in the previous step, correct? So this is our f of u. You can observe that. Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Okay. So this is our f of u. Let us substitute now. F of u, substituting f of u, substituting f of u, we get. So f of x equals, just check whether it is overwriting. No. Only one line is happened. f of x is equal to, it is 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity. What is f of u? So substitute your f of u now. So it is 4 common. I'll directly write like this: sin u minus u cos u divided by u cube into e power minus iux into du. Correct? So this is our f of u. So you can see this. So this f of u I've rewritten, that's all. So 4 is common. Sin u I'll write for sin u minus u cos u by u cube. So this was written here. Substituted f of u. So now, see, to find the value of this, you have to put some value for x. So this is common. X value you have to substitute. Now can you tell me what is the value of x we can give here to get this integral? What we can do? So what is the value of x we can give? Anyone of you? What is the x value we can give for this to get the value of this integral? Just compare here. Compare this integral with this. See, here e power is there. Here e power is not there. Correct? So e power is not there means this term has to be eliminated. To eliminate this term, what I can do? Let us give x is equal to 0. So it becomes e power 0 and e power 0 is 1. This is how you have to select the value of x. So for this one, I'll put x is equal to 0. Put x is equal to 0. We get f of 0 equals. See this term. This is 2 2s are. So I can write 2 by pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity. It is sin u minus u cos u divided by u cube into e power 0 is 1 d. Correct? So if I put x is equal to 0, e power 0 is 1. Leave it. Now I want to know what is the value of f of 0. So what is the value of f of 0? You can observe here, f of 0. F of 0. So see the function. The function is 1 minus x square, the given problem actually. See this, 1 minus x square is the given function. If I put x is equal to 0, f of 0 becomes what? F of 0 means put x is equal to 0. Put x is equal to 0 here, you get 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Correct. So 1 minus 0 is 1 here. Correct. So just I'm substituting in this. So you get f of 0 is equal to 1. So let us put 1 here. 1 is equal to, this is 2 by pi into. See, this entire thing becomes an even function. This entire thing is an even function because when I put x is equal to, u is equal to minus u, sign of minus, minus, and here you get minus of minus plus u. Here also minus will come outside. If I take minus common and cancel, this will not change. That means when I put u is equal to minus u, this function will never change. So I can say it is an even function. So this is an even function. Most of the cases it is even only, directly you write. There is no odd. If odd comes means nothing will come because the answer becomes 0, no. So no odd functions will come. So you have even functions only when there is an evaluation problem. So straight away you write this as integral minus infinity to plus infinity as 2 times integral 0 to infinity sin u minus u cos u divided by u cube into du you write. Right. In almost all the cases it is even only 2 times. Because odd comes means nothing will be there here. 0 will come. So that's why always it is even, straight away you write. Now 2 2s are 4. Cross multiply this. So if I cross multiply this, it becomes pi. So this will go to the numerator. Left hand side pi divided by 2 2s are 4 equals integral 0 to infinity. See here, I'll take minus common and I'll write this as minus of u cos u minus sin u divided by u cube into du. Because the problem is in the form of x cos first, so I'll take minus common and I'll write like this. Now let us take this minus to the left hand side. So it becomes minus pi by 4 is equal to this, and finally we put u is equal to x. Because it is a definite integral, if I put u is equal to x also, nothing will change. So straight away I'll do this. Put u is equal to x. So therefore we get integral 0 to infinity. This one. See, I'm putting u is equal to x. It is x cos x minus sin x divided by x cube into dx. So just I am putting u is equal to x here, is equal to, take this minus to the left hand side, it becomes minus pi by 2. So the value of this integral minus, minus pi by 4. So the value of this integral is minus pi by 4. So this is how we can find the value of this integral. Now similarly, there is a one more thing to find in this problem. To find integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x divided by x cube into cos of x by 2 into dx. Cos of x by 2 into dx. This is the second value, second integration you have to evaluate. Now what we have to do for this? It is again same. See here, I'll call this as equation number, say 1. See here in this result, to get the value of the first integral, we have substituted x is equal to 0 because e power is not there. But here there is some term here, cos, or sometimes I may give sine also. In such cases, e power term you have to retain. And what is the parameter we have? X by 2 means the coefficient of x is half. Right? Coefficient of x is half. Sometimes I may ask x by 4. Then coefficient of x is 1 by 4, like that. The term 1 by 4 or 1 by 2, you have to take a substitution for x. I mean, let us put x is equal to half 1 by 2 here. So put x is equal to 1 by 2 in equation 1. Put x is equal to 1 by 2. Sorry. Put x is equal to 1 by 2 in equation 1. We get f of 1 by 2 equals, this is, so here let's straight away write this 1 by 2 pi into 4. So 4 by 2 is 2. I'll write 2 by pi. 2 divided by pi. Integral minus infinity to plus infinity. It is sine u minus u cos u divided by u cube. U cube into e power I into x is 1 by 2, no, u by 2 into du. Right now, just x is 1 by 2, so it is e power I into u by 2 into du. Right? So I'm putting x is equal to 1 by 2 in this. Now again f of half. So this we have to calculate. What is f of half? So f of x is, see this, f of x is 1 minus x square. F of half is 1 minus 1 by 2 square. So that is 1 minus 1 by 4. So it gives 3 by 4. So f of 1 by 2 is 3 by 4 is equal to 2 by pi into. So already I told this one is always an even function. Straight away I'll write this. I'll write this as minus infinity to plus infinity as, it is 2 times integral 0 to infinity. It is sine u minus u cos u divided by u cube into e power I into u by 2 du. Right? So we have simplified like this, 2 times integral 0 to infinity. This and that we have written as it is. Now further, I'll go to next page now. So further, so let us cross multiply. See, this is 3 into pi, 3 pi divided by 2 2s are 4, 4 4s are 16. So it is 3 pi by 16. Therefore, it is 3 pi by 16. 3 pi by 16 is equal to integral 0 to infinity. This term is equal to this term, integral 0 to infinity. It is sine u minus u cos u divided by u cube into du into e power I into u by 2 is that. Correct. Now further I will write this as, this implies integral 0 to infinity. Let us take minus here, common. minus, it is u cos u minus sin u divided by u cube into, so this e power I into u by 2. It looks like e power I theta, and you know e power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. So again, cos theta means what? Cos u by 2 plus I into sin theta. Sin theta means sin u by 2 du is equal to the right hand side 3 pi by 16 I will write. Now this minus will transfer it to the right hand side. It becomes integral 0 to infinity u cos u minus sin u divided by u cube into this cos u by 2 plus I into sin u by 2 into du is equal to minus 3 pi by 16. Right, so this is what we got by taking this minus to the right hand side. Now what I want the integration of this with cos. So here this is a complex number, real plus imaginary. So I want only cos, so imaginary should not be there. So what I'm going to do is, I'll equate only the real parts on both sides. Right? If I equate real parts, equating a real part on both sides, we get what is the real part in the left hand side. So this one with a real term here. It is integral 0 to infinity. It is u cos u minus sin u divided by u cube into cos of u by 2. Cos of u by 2, real part, is equal into du is equal. What is the real part here? See, there is no imaginary part. There is no I term here. If there is no I term, this is the real term. Minus 3 pi by 16. So I'll take only the real part. So it is minus 3 pi by 16. Right? So now finally I'll put u is equal to x. U is equal to x. So this integral becomes integral 0 to infinity. It is x cos x minus sin x divided by x cube into cos of x by 2 into dx is equal to minus 3 pi by 16. And this is the required value of the second integral. Right? So this is how we can find the Fourier transformation and the evaluation of the two integrals here.